you like jigsaws?
No, not really.
You were never very good at jigsaws at school, eh? Wasn't your thing as a kid, as a child. So this is the alternator wiring.
Yeah.
This is the fan switch here, which we don't need anymore. I need a step.
You need a step.
Yeah. That's better. The coolest thing on this truck that I remember when we pulled it out was the radiator hose does a loop behind the steering.
Oh, yeah.
So I really think you probably should fix that. Probably should do something better.
But isn't the radiator made like that though?
Well...
And it was really close forward. There was no room in it.
It was ugly. So we have to have a solution there.
A solution, put back down. Oh,
this is ADD. I've actually moved the steering down properly. That's nice. This green stuff here, which the wiring was covered in that. We're probably... Oh, so there's your gearbox lube. If we need another release bearing, just get another release bearing for it. And of course, lube your ball. And then there's that stuff there. Oh, and there's the special way of cutting the firewall hole. Okay, so just, I think use an axe. So you have to do something there. And you probably want to straighten the heater. You probably want to fix that because that's ugly. And you probably want to put some paint on that firewall. So it's probably a couple of hours before you get it going back in the hole. Oh, and when I took it out, the headers, basically, I just used gravity. The fact that the engine was really heavy to come past the slave, but it fouled up. So you want to drop the slave off. There's one thing you will want to do, drop that slave cylinder off the bell housing to get it out, to put it back in. And it should go back in with the headers in place. And the wiring inside is a mess, so don't get carried away. What is this? Is this spitty concrete? Some sort of putty? And you probably want to grind those off. So pass Shay some tools. Shay can get in there because he's little. Take the igniters off, throw that away. There's a few hours worth of prep. It's had rust repair here. It's had a rust repair there. It's had a battery relocation, isn't it? Oh yeah, there's the battery relocation there. Cut some crap out of there and... There's probably a taco wire that used to come into here too, I would guess. I don't know. I don't know what this wire is. And then get an engine in the hole and get it mounted. Get it bolted up. Have a clutch that pushes and then we will attack the wiring, but sort that sort of crap while it's easy. And I don't know what you're going to do there. Take the jagger bits off and build a plate so you can't see it. With a round hole, because you've got a grommet, and cut a proper grommet hole into it. I think the ECU is floor mounted too. So you can mount that nicely. You good, Shay?
Yeah. Gotta move it back a bit, eh?
And the funky clutch, Jace. Yeah, so it's got we got the flywheel surface, and we got the factory flex plate. So make sure you put the spacers around the right way. You might want to do a measure up to get that correct and check it, because it was not sexual. So put it all together, measure it. I don't know whose bell housing that one is. And I'd put our clutch in it, but there are budgetary constraints. Looking at the flex plate flywheel setup, And this flywheel is actually meant to have a flex plate fitted to it.
Ring gear.
Oh yeah, ring gear. And every time we do it up, basically what it's doing is it's
Bending the flex plate into the...
bending this into the starter motor, which just isn't going to work. That's just a huge stuff up. So I think what we're going to do, which is going to hold us up today, and in the interest of sticking with this flywheel, we're going to flick the flex plate or the ring gear off the flex plate, and then we're going to shrink it onto the flywheel, a couple of dobs of weld, call it good. It's going to hold us up. It's going to piss us off, but we need to measure. What we need to do is we actually need to measure that when we put the ring gear onto that flywheel, that it's actually going to sit in the right place.
Or any of the spacer behind it.
Well, if we need to put a spacer, that's okay. If we have to put a spacer, at least we can work with that, can't we? So let's do a measure up. So rule. We're going to use the meter long ruler to measure.
I'll stand back here.
Go from like this point here, so from the edge of the bow flange. You need to go that way with the rule so it sits flat. Yeah, that's perfect. Like 6 millimeters. 6 millimeters. Actually, if I measure to the outside edge, it'll be easier, eh? Because that's a known point on that flywheel. I'll just move the engine, eh? 17 millimeters.
Same time.
Oh. Ooh, almost got you.
Shove that flywheel on. Are there, a normal bolt's going to work with that flywheel? Or is it going to be too thick? I think it's fine. Is it a little bit tight?
A bit tight.
A bit tight.
There was some sound behind you.
Was it tight normally?
Well, it only went to there.
Because it only went on a little bit. So does the centre hole need to be machined as well? This is one of those moments that I wish I had a check previously of how this all went. But it came out like this, and I thought it was designed to have that. I think it was designed that way, but it clearly isn't that way.
We've obviously changed the starter motor too, haven't we?
Yeah, but that's the better of the starter motors that came out of this. But all the starters are the same anyway. Wow. Yeah. Some of them have that bit that fouls on here. Some of the aftermarket ones.
You can't blame me because I didn't pull this apart.
No. Wait, you just have to fix all the fun things like that radiator hose. And the fans. I forgot about the fans. I actually had to cut the fan wiring out to get the fans out.
Yeah, I looked at taking the front bumper off, and you have to cut the wiring off to take the bumper off.
Oh dear? Right, okay. It's that good.
Yeah.
It's that good. Yeah, it's that good. Just take your time. Sort the problem so it actually turns into a reliable, good truck. $18 millimeters. We can make that work. Engine's still on the floor. Guys, giving this a bit of a tidy. It's got the external wire. Yeah. Nastiness. It's going to get chopped to pieces. We're going to cut this plug out because of this funny external wire. That mess next week. Started on a plate. sort out the firewall hole and a little bit more paint. It's hard to bring this, make it look really neat again when it's been bashed and crashed and it's just bashed untidily. I don't have a problem with taking to a firewall with a hammer, but I don't like when it's done in a terrible, terrible way. Because we're changing the flywheel, we will change the release bearing as well. And there's more stuff up there to sort, and still, this is amazing, isn't it? Look at this. Still a very, very cool truck. We looked at pulling the bumper off, and there's some nastiness in here. So even the bumper wiring isn't very pleasant. Still think it's a cool truck.
It's the red wire. This is not the wire.
Not that wire, but there's definitely red wire.
Oh, and when you crump stuff together, you make it so it's like quick release.
Excellent.
And then what you do, I think I chucked it out. Oh, no, there it is. You hold it together with that.
What is this?
I don't know, but it's seat shrink. But this, it was covered in it.
Awesome.
So I didn't use that wire.
No. So I left Jason alone yesterday, mainly because he was grumpy, and doing this job, and trying to decipher.
Still trying to decipher it.
What was in here. There's more red wire down there.
Oh, that's stuff that fell away.
And he found nasties in here. I just started watching the posts come up and the pictures on Facebook, and he was sending me pictures of stuff, and it wasn't very pretty, Jace. It wasn't very pretty at all.
It's still not pretty.
But it's looking much better. Is this another one of those quick release things here?
That's the digital cable.
Far out.
That's actually attached.
Right.
So it didn't pull apart, I guess you can unbolt it off the block because the other end of it's down there.
Yes. So you've got this sort of something happening here, and you've taken that start relay that was there a minute ago. That's gone.
Yeah.
And we're thinking of using that power cable.
Yeah, which I think comes over here somewhere.
Yeah, it will come.
It might be this joint here.
Isn't that a house power cable?
Oh, I don't know what that is, but it's not very pretty.
And so
Looks like it's from a lamp.
it's just another thing. So when you wire your light relay up,
Yeah.
and you see the little white wire that comes out of it.
That one?
Yep. Then it goes out the card, across here.
Yes.
One of these ones. Up through here, up into the cabin, to the switch.
Excellent. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Now I did.
And then the inside wiring is
Did I see photos from inside?
photos from inside. Yeah, that's what that was. That was inside the vehicle.
Oh, it's a bit dark in here.
There's torch in there.
Because there were some wires going across. Oh, there's stuff on that side.
I think these are for the. Oh no, two of these are speaker wires.
Yes.
I think one of those two are speaker wires. I think that's for a gauge. Don't know which one.
Did I see you putting up like house connectors as well? Photos of house connectors?
Yeah, that's that wiring, and this is in here. They had one here,
Yeah.
and then they had another one over here.
Cool. Awesome.
I think it's a start trigger. I might have to get help. And there's look, there's a splice one here, and there's a thing here, and there's a green wire here, and
Oh, we've got a taco wire up here. Did they not have the? It's got a diesel. I mean, it's got the 8,000 RPM petrol taco in it. So the factory taco could work.
yeah, well, it's not connected anymore.
Oh, someone cut it off.
No, the butt connector's here.
Oh, good. Fantastic. Okay. So.
And then, so when you don't have an aerial in your car
Yes.
for your radio,
Yes.
you use the CB radio whip.
Oh, right. Okay.
I was going to pull it out, but it's actually attached to the back of the stereo.
And when you put your Lexus in, you need your glow plug relay box to stay in the place. The glow plug controller.
And those two wire, the wire you got in your hand, and that
This
wire.
is fuel pump, eh?
Nope.
Oh, you're kidding me.
The speaker wire. The fuel pump wire's on, the red wire cut off.
That's,
That one.
That one?
Yep.
That's fuel pump.
So the red and black wire there?
Those big ones?
Yep, that's the speaker wire.
Those are speakers.
Yep, because they come back here and they join to the speaker.
That is not speaker wire.
I know, it's the same on this side. These two are the speaker wires.
Oh, golly gosh. Golly gosh. Okay.
It's setting my eyes.
Oh, okay. I'm glad I wasn't here yesterday because I can just imagine how you would have been. With your side cutters, trying to decipher this mess.
Didn't use side cutters.
You didn't have to use side cutters? What did you use?
I snipped 2 wires with a pair of scissors.
Right. Fantastic. Right, I'm just gonna leave that there and I'm actually pleasantly surprised because I was going to do this part once we had the engine in. So it is kind of good that it's done before the engine's gone in, thanks to somebody having a baby. So, engineer having a baby, we don't want to disturb him. That was alternator. Oh, so you put one of my alternator looms in there?
Yeah.
So that's nice and simple, eh? You just plugs in, that's job done. That's really easy.
Yeah.
And I actually think we're not going to use that fat. Oh, is that a fan switch? That isn't a fan switch, eh?
I think it's a gauge, but there's a slight problem with it. It's the, I don't think it's going to work very well.
It's the removable thermistor kind. It actually probably would still work. It's got a rubber seal. Are the wires for that still there? Or did Jason remove them with his side cutters?
They're here. They were. There they are. Those ones. These
It
ones.
just needs to be okay, so that's still there. Okay. Right, it looks like I'll give you a bit of assistance.
Yeah. I need to somehow make that tighter.
Well, it was already tighter than it was when you started, but yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to check.
I'll make this tidy. Watch this. I'll reach down here and I'll take the red wire and throw it away.
Yep.
It made me feel better. And this one, oh wait.
No, it's attached. You can't throw that one away yet. It's still attached.
That is not acceptable mounting. That's not acceptable fan mounting. Okay, so on this model, blue red is an accessory colour. So that's accessory. That's been cut off. You've already, so deal to that. Then we come through this red black into this joiner. It goes off into this joiner, which then goes through this red wire, which goes over there. Did I have more reds? And that one also goes up to the switch for the lights. And then that black wire becomes, is that black, that black wire is also a power. Does that go to that chocolate block? This one. Has that chocolate block got a red? It got a black?
Hold up.
Hold up. With the light? I'll try to find it again. I'll find the black power. Don't get it mixed up with the black earth.
No, it goes to here.
This one.
No, it doesn't go anywhere near there.
Okay, so that's a power.
It goes to there. See, we've got this one here. Got this here. This here. Goes to, yeah, goes there. Goes there. Which is not that wire.
Okay, so that might be the power feed into those gauges, but that chocolate block goes. I don't know.
There's several chocolate blocks in here.
Oh yes, chocolate blocks are great. And then
So that one's a speaker.
yeah, these are speakers here. I got the same speakers from your side as my
That
side.
one is a speaker.
So let's just avoid those for the moment.
That one.
These ones,
Hold up, what's this?
again, they use the same technique on that side as they did on this side, where you've got the runner that the wiring goes down and you put it next to it. Same as on the other side. And so we've got an earth. This is here an earth. That comes out, and that's another black wire, because that's the black earth wire. And it's also this white wire. Oh, sorry, it goes from a black crimp into that crimp butt connector into this connector, where it's got a black wire into a join into a grey wire, and this one's a white wire with red tape and a yellow blue wire that goes behind the dash. I reckon that's oil pressure. I reckon that's the oil pressure for the factory gauge. So, get rid of a bazillion connectors, shorten that up nicely, put a plug in it, bring these ones through nicely and just put them in nice into that plug. Get rid of all this crap. Put in a nice earth. Somewhere I'll incorporate that one. There's actually a nice earth point. Put the earth over that same point as that switch. And that just gets rid of this whole mess. Can just go. It won't be there anymore. It just simply won't be there. It'll just be gone. And it'll just come along nicely, and it really needs to be done properly, but at least that gets rid of everything there in my hand just disappears. And don't worry about that one. We will sort that. We can monitor what's going on with it when it's running. Mount those things properly. Yeah, properly, you know, like with brackets.
So the radiator with that.
What? Front. To get the wiring in, right? You brought it in and you lapped around components and through components and around, so you couldn't remove the radiator without removing the fans and cutting all the wiring out.
Sounds like everything else in this car. Laps.
It's a pity because it's such a cool truck, eh? I think this is a very, very cool truck. I like the extra cab. Oh, I think it's cool. So, but sit the radiator in, pull those mounty things out, and work out how to get brackets so you can get them as close to that radiator as you can on a bracket. I've got spare feet in the back. Over there, Jace cut about, there was a joint in every single wire. It's probably on the floor again because he's just, there it is. This is what every single wire looked like in that. So you can see we cut extra out. Job done, thank you later, see you later. I particularly like that hard line off the slave going up to a bracket that's bolted onto a bracket on the chassis with the rubber line up to another bracket on the, well, it's actually on the chassis, it's on the body, up to the body, just allowing for that body flex.
With all the crunch from that one you did.
Yeah. And that side's looking reasonable. Vacuum line. That looks much better, Jace, over there, that corner. Given what the budget and the time constraints we've got. We'll sort that, it's our power supply, that'll work good. Inside's coming along. Alright.